Hello, my name's Tom Carhill. It's Friday the 5th of September 2014. This video is something I should have done a little while ago, but the steps which would have enabled me to do it I hadn't prepared, which I'm not, said it's just the way it is. Right, look, if you look on the People's Voice YouTube channel, there's a video here which I'll just describe a little bit about. It's called TPV space Indiegogo staff vox pop short. Indie is INDIEGOGO. Indiegogo, right, and that's the People's Voice. That's the official People's Voice YouTube channel. Right, now it's a very, very short video. It's only had 2,000 views, and this guy called Sean Tabatabai, right, who was the kind of manager of the People's Voice, has uploaded this, and the date he's uploaded it is the 27th of May 2014, so it's virtually June. Right now, for those of you who've been paying attention, that People's Voice was already, basically they decided to close it by then. It looks like this was something that was chosen beforehand and he subverted it. That's what it looks most obvious that's happened. He could just be totally incompetent. He could just be a con man who was just out for anything he can get. As I said, I've heard he's a Jew. He's a bit of a shady looking character. And the thing is that it looks like his recently acquired husband that he's got picked up, because which you can look up if you look up Camden, the first gay marriage in Camden, that's in London. There's this other guy who he's sort of got married to, if that's possible. I'm not necessarily saying it is, but that's what we're said to believe is possible now in England. That guy, he met him in Los Angeles, I believe. People have looked this guy up, and they found out that he's got 2 criminal convictions for fraud, right, or theft. One's grand theft in America. So the thing is, right, this channel that was set up, which took in a lot of money, and they kept saying they needed more money, he was still asking for more money virtually in June. Now, nothing was happening at the time, and he's talking about a new format on this very short video that's 42 seconds, and that's with the kind of 15 seconds of the People's Voice stuff at the start, like the quite nice looking swish little introduction section. So he's only talking for like 20 seconds altogether, because there's the end bit as well. Now, this Sean Tabatabai, right, has gone now to America, and he's trying to set up the People's Voice too. And there's money missing from the People's Voice, and he was kind of the manager, he was the boss. Now, I don't know what on earth possessed David Icke to get him involved. I don't know how that happened, but the point is, this guy, his husband is a criminal, a convicted criminal, twice convicted of theft. He's obviously either completely incompetent, just a petty thief, or he's or he's deliberately a petty thief, and that's his little bonus for subverting David Icke's channel. Right now, this is the thing. As I said, 27th of May, that's virtually June. The whole thing was never ever going to get opened up at this point. That was the end of it. It was finished, right? And he's still talking as though it's something that is a going concern, and he's asking for more money, and he's saying it's going to be released in a new format. And then what he does after that is he sort of does this thing with his eyes like that. Now, I've seen some other pictures of him, and he has these weird kind of looks in his face. He kind of looks away and stuff. He's a very shifty character, right? Like, I don't always take a good photo. Sometimes I take a photo and I kind of grimace and squint, but every single time he doesn't just sort of have a funny look on his face. He's actually bolted his head away from the camera. If you look at this for Camden's first gay wedding, you'll see him, and he's got this guy. This is the criminal boyfriend, husband. And every single picture, the whole thing looks very contrived. I don't think they're actually, I think it's a kind of marriage of convenience for some reason. Probably just doing it for publicity. And the two of them don't even look like they're they don't even really look like they're having anything to... They don't look like they're close at all. And I even mean like they don't even look like they'd be really friends. Because, right, if you look at them, he's wearing quite slick clothes. They don't actually match particularly well, but he looks quite slick on the the wedding photos, right? But the point is, this like little mate of his from America, his sleeves, right, are coming right over his hand. They're coming all the way over sort of here, right? So the sleeves, it's like, you know, when a little kid gets a school blazer and his mum thinks he'll grow into it. It's that kind of thing. Now, if you're one of these trendy homos, right, the one thing you don't do is go, you wouldn't allow your husband to go to the wedding, or your husband to be, with sleeves that are coming right down like that when you're wearing this quite slick coat. And like, the one thing is, it wasn't double-breasted, it came down here on him, and it had a kind of metal fastener that went across, so it had like 2 or 3 inches of, his shirt was showing all the way down. So it's quite a slick look he had, you know, quite unique, looked quite good. I don't know if it matched all the other stuff that he wore, but this was very much a fitted, one-off, fancy jacket. Then you've got his husband-to-be with this kind of bin bag. It looks like it's made out of satin or something. Looks completely shit, right? And the point is that if they, it doesn't look right. It looks wrong. And the whole point is, if you're one of these trendy homos, I've known loads of them, they wouldn't let their other half. They wouldn't be going out and getting a fancy fitted coat themselves and not getting their other half to take his sleeves up at the very least. You know, it doesn't make sense. This guy's extremely suspicious, and the fact that he's put that video up, published on the 27th of March 2014, begging for more money, when there's absolutely no chance that the channel was going to survive, and they had no intention of making it survive, and they weren't even doing any shows. Absolutely disgusting. He's a complete con man. He's a criminal. As I said, I hear he's a Jew. Doesn't surprise me. Looks typical Jewish behaviour. Absolute con man. Puts in a bogus insolvency procedure over the thing, and loads of the money disappears. Yeah. So I just want to get that on the record now, just so that in the future people don't get confused about the timeline. I need more information about this timeline, because people tell me different things. I get a bit confused. I want it like a timeline. Whenever you deal with these bent insolvency procedures, if you can prove that these people have been doing things at a certain time, then asking for money when they've already made moves to wind the company up, be very aware. Even if you gave them £1, you are an equitable interest holder. You are an equitable interest in the people's voice. So for all those poor people who like gave some of their dole money over, they really shouldn't have been spending on these sodomite thieves. You know, be angry, but remember, you have got legal recourse. Because I heard there was a creditors meeting a while ago. You are not a creditor. You are an equitable interest holder. I'm an expert in this type of stuff. I don't know everything about it, but I can absolutely swear that's what you are. So be aware, you have got rights. And the whole point of these insolvency procedures always roll on for a bit, like 2 or 3 months. So probably about now, there'll be some kind of announcement and various other things. But the whole point is, if you haven't registered yourself as an equitable interest holder, right, because often what they do is they send around a creditors list, sort of, so you can say, I'm a creditor, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to say you're a creditor, right? If you're not a creditor, you don't say you're a creditor. Say, I'm an equitable interest holder. You paid them maybe a tenner, let's say, because you wanted them to put a channel up. If they haven't bothered to audit their accounts, and they've just fucked off with all the money, right? You're not owed £10. You are owed what you paid for. Do you see what I mean? So you've actually got a lot of clout over the thing because it's not established. People think that it's ambiguous because of this. It is not ambiguous. It's ambiguous in your favour because you can say, I paid for something, I didn't get it. Effectively, it's a contract, and loads of people paid their money over to this. It wasn't just a few rich people who don't really care. This was poor people paying over their money, you know? Okay, thanks a lot. My name's Tom Carhill. If you need any more information on this, you can get in touch with me. I'll help you out, because as I said, this is very important. They're trying to fuck off with all that money. Now they're going off to America. They're probably, I don't know, maybe they've already gone. Their plan will be go to America, steal all the money, and they'll think no one will ever catch them up. The insolvency practitioners will be in cahoots with them, I absolutely guarantee it. And also the insolvency servers are totally bent, right? So my name's Tom Carhill, and also they don't even purport to be a regulator. People just think they are. They are not a regulator, right? So my name's Tom Carhill. It's the 5th of August. The 5th of September 2014. Get in touch with me if you need any more help with this. You'd be surprised at what Spanish you can throw in the works, and I don't mean that in a kind of derogatory way. I mean it like, what you can do to cause some serious problems. All of this goes by consent, and people are banging on about consent. They don't normally know what they're talking about, but insolvency practitioners, they rely on people being sick as fuck. That's what they mainly think the average public is, and they're just constantly doing these bent insolvency procedures. Loads of money's gone missing. That cunt Tabatabai, you know, he probably needs to be in prison. If he's a Jew, there's very little chance he will go to prison. But the whole point is, he won't be able to go over to America and set up this People's Voice too. Because the other thing is, if he's found some way of stealing that money and putting it into the next project, which is the kind of thing I would imagine he probably has done, be aware of that. Do you know what I mean? He could have given a loan to that company or something. Then it'll be up to something dodgy. Like, you know he is. The whole thing completely stinks, and these people cannot bear the light of exposure. Do you know what I mean? If lots and lots of people know about it, lots of people know about David Icke being made a complete idiot of over this People's Voice. I mean, I personally subscribe to the opinion that whether he willingly went along with it or not, the whole point of the People's Voice was to destroy David Icke, which it has done. You know, it's made him just look like a complete fool. He can't get anyone to and dishonest, and he hasn't had any of the kind of he hasn't displayed any of the characteristics that he would claim that you know, that he had, and you know, that we all should adopt. He hasn't displayed these now for whatever reason, I don't know. But anyway, so as I said, my name's Tom Cahill. Get in touch with me if you need any help on this. Remember, 27th of May 2014, still begging for money. That's the boss of it, yeah, the top con man. Thanks very much. Bye bye.